Hey everybody, it's Jordan, Crohn's veteran. I am joined today, by my amazing co-host, Renika Wood and CJ Cabrera. Hi guys.
It was Gucci.
And today we are joined by an amazing man. He is a fitness influencer. He is the owner of a men's fashion brand called Marquis, Rashoid. Their tag is high fashion, higher purpose. He also is currently doing I think 75 miles in 30 days. And so please welcome Mr. Marquis Ellison to the Crohn's Veteran Podcast.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome. Glad to have you on here, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Most definitely.
How you feeling today?
Feeling good. I was going to put a quick disclaimer out there, man. It's Marquis Rashoid.
Rashoid, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I saw it on the website.
You have like these different names in different places, so my bad on that. So
yeah, no problem, man.
So all right, so if everybody listening, Marquis Rashoid, so thank you for joining us again. And
Absolutely.
But yeah, and so first off, for folks that don't know you, I've been following you for a long time on Instagram, but for folks that don't know you, please, share your IBD story, your Crohn's story, and what you've been through a little bit.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So, just a little background. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease in 2009, and so it's been about 11 years now that I've had Crohn's disease. And it's been an interesting battle, but I've been able to overcome it by my mentality and continuing to do the thing that I like to do despite having Crohn's disease. So my motto is, I always say, we have Crohn's or colitis, It don't have us. Meaning that even though we all live with IBD, we don't let it stop us from living life.
Right.
And not saying that we won't experience pain, not saying that we won't experience problems and stuff, but when we do experience them, we don't let it stop us. So it may slow you down sometimes, but it never stop you completely. And a lot of it has to do with your mental state.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's easier said than done, but you kind of have to wrap your mind around the fact that, look, yes, I have this disease, but I'm not going to let it dictate my life.
Right.
And like I said, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have to alter some things because of the condition that we have. It means that when you face those barriers, you do what you have to do to knock them down while continuing to have a quality life.
Right.
So, that's the whole concept behind we have it, it doesn't have us. And and that's just kind of the attitude that I took when I was diagnosed with Crohn's in 2009. It's like, you know what? I have this thing and I'm going to own it, and I'm going to continue to learn more about it. And then I'm going to educate people about it because it's something that's not commonly known, especially amongst the African American community.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that's not very prevalent amongst us. And therefore, I wanted to use my platform as well, to bring it to the attention and educate people about this. And that's what happened. And that's where the foundation of the business came from, and why we donate part of our proceeds and stuff to Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, advocacy and research and that kind of stuff. So yeah, man, I'm very big with spreading awareness and all. So that's what I do, and that's the foundation. A little bit of my background.
Awesome.
You also do on social media you highlight other warriors on Wednesdays. You do like the Wednesday colitis, ulcerative colitis, and Crohn's warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think that's how you found me.
And
Yeah.
me,
Yeah,
and
Yeah. That's
me.
Yeah,
yeah. So you actually hit me up
me
like
too,
right
actually.
before I think right when I started to open up.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and I think you were like one of the first people I followed. So
Wow. Wow.
yeah, you're actually really inspirational to me. So
Right.
yeah,
To
been
agree with
following you for a good minute.
But CJ, I can agree with you as well because you also hit me up on my page. I was like, I don't know what to say in this message, but that was the very first time I had ever shared my story with anyone that was on a social media platform. When
Wow.
you hit me up and asked about being a Warrior Wednesday, I was like, I didn't know how much to share, how much to hold back. I was kind of nervous. I was like, you know what? I can only be truthful and share what I've been through. And
Right.
I think that when you gave me the opportunity to do that, a lot of people started inboxing me. I'm looking like, okay, well, hey, y'all. I felt more comfortable. So I want to say thank you. I appreciate that sincerely. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. My pleasure, man.
Definitely.
That's the
Yeah.
Because I
truth.
have to say, man, like I gotta give you like praise because honestly, when I first got diagnosed and I started to put myself out there, and I was looking on Instagram trying to find people, people of color, and you were like the first
Mm-hmm.
person that's actually out there promoting other people too. So not
Yeah.
not only like did I find you, but you also promoting other people of color. So that's led me to them as well. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I found you or I found Jordan off of you.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
God bless.
Wow.
I mean,
God bless.
it's the same. It's the same. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with me. I mean, I was so inspired and touched by the man. That I went out and bought his tie, I bought his pocket square. I did all these. I did all this stuff, and so so yeah. So it's amazing. You never know. How many people you really can touch.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That,
great.
hey, oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah. Nigga, you're a little emotional, man.
It's
but yeah, but
true.
it's true.
For
But yeah,
real.
but yeah. So but off of that, so I also wanted to talk about, so you're, really, really into, taking care of your body, right? And so like, with trying, so like, can you maybe speak on this kind of fitness journey that that you've been doing lately?
Yeah. Sure. So I've always been a fitness enthusiast, and
Mhm.
it's back up to when I was going through my Crohn's disease diagnosis. The symptoms and all that's associated with Crohn's. I remember when I got to the point where it was like, okay, like I'm literally done. Like despite how much I want to work out, despite how much I want to do this stuff, I physically can't. I remember I was in the gym in our old building, our house. We had a fitness center right across the street, and I remember I was on the machine and I tried to push something, and I just like I couldn't. I plateaued, and it wasn't even a lot of weight. And
Mhm.
at that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is real. Like I cannot do this anymore. Like I gotta stop working out. My strength is gone. My energy is completely depleted. Um, it was even so bad to the point that like I couldn't even push the vacuum cleaner around that house.
Wow.
So
Mhm.
like because that energy, as you guys know, when
Mm.
the energy is sucked out of you,
Mhm.
it's gone.
Mhm.
Like it's just gone. There's nothing you can do about it. Besides rest up and let
Mm-hmm.
yourself build back up. But it was in that moment that I realized I couldn't do these simple things. That it was like, okay, like yeah, this is really bad, and I just had to stop. And like going to the doctor every time I was dropping weight, like 10 pounds here, 10 pounds there, like went down to 100 pounds quick. Um,
Wow.
yeah, going through the symptoms and stuff. So it was like, you know what? Once I started to get myself back physically
Mhm.
and healthy and started to feel good again, I said, you know what? I vowed to never let myself get back to that point again. And what I'm going to do is control what I can control and that's how I eat, and that's my fitness level. You know what I mean? And people ask me all the time, right? So like I'm also a part of the local support group here for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation in New York, the Greater New York chapter. And every first Tuesday, they have a support group from 6:30 to 8. And I went all the time. And one of my stories was, I guess I've always been like the inspirational person, but I share my experience. And I always want people to understand that I go through hardships as well. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm just out here happy-go-lucky.
Exactly.
Okay, like get over it. No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, look, I deal with these things too. You know, I go through my flare-ups. I have my moments of weakness, but I don't allow myself to stay there. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody, we're entitled to feel how we feel. We're entitled to feel sad. We're entitled to have these moments of weakness, but you don't let yourself stay there, because that's where it gets into, you know, a danger zone, and the mental health and everything.
It's a snowball effect.
Starts to take place. And so like, how do you do it? Like with the flare ups, like, look, when I'm having a flare up, I'll still work out. The way I alter it though is, you know, I'll sleep in later. Because normally I'm an early bird. I get up at like 5 a.m. every morning to work out. And that's my time.
Yeah, props for
that. So if I'm having a flare up, I'll normally sleep in a little later, right? And then I would do lighter weight and fewer reps compared to what I would normally do.
Right.
So that's how I would alter it. So I won't be going in there trying to, you know, throw up heavy weight. I'm just trying to keep my body moving.
Yeah,
you know, that's it.
I got you. Okay.
I did the complete opposite, my brother. I was in the gym pushing max weight as much as I could, and like I would be flaring, and I'd get that like sense of urgency where it's just like I'd be across the gym, and it's like, go to the bathroom right now. I'm just like, fuck. I look, if anybody's like looking at me, I'm like real quick, and I'm just like, I just get up real quick and just like speed walk to the bathroom. But
right.
That's how I would be in the gym. But now, since you know the gyms are closed, I'm just like running and bike riding, and that's way much better.
Yeah. And that's good, man. You're staying active, and so and that's what I do, man. And that's why I love fitness. And so right now, what I'm doing is with some of my my church family, we have a Spartan Sundays club. So you guys can check this out too when you guys are done. But every Sunday when churches were open, we have Spartan Sundays where it's open to the community in our basement. And basically we train, we do we have instructors, and we train like, you know, just to be healthy, but we also train for like the Spartan races. And we have a New York Spartan Sundays Run Club where we train for like the marathons, New York marathons, all these runs that take place in New York City. Like we do all of that. And now since, you know, things are shut down, like the marathon and all that stuff isn't happening, there's this company called Believe in the Run that's, I believe, based out of Maryland, where for the month of the summer months of August, they had these different challenges where you can pick your mileage. It went from 25 miles to like 300 miles. And you have 30 days to have it, to complete it. And it's all virtual. You log your time and miles on. And at the end of your completion, you know, they send you a swag bag, what they call it.
That's dope.
Aww.
That's dope, man. That's some incentive, right? I mean, that was something really, really awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
I love merch.
Right.
Let me get that swag bag.
Right?
So yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. Like, you follow my fitness page, you'll see I'm like, I did 65 miles. So
right, you know, it's interesting. I was listening to CJ talking, you know, and that's, you know, that was definitely more my experience too when I was at the gym. Like, you know, well, you know, I got all this, you know, energy to get out, and you know, I'm in there, and so you're pushing all this heavy weight. It's like, oh no, like this is definitely not working. Like, you know, I got, got a little bit too excited in here type thing.
Yeah, but you also have to be careful too, because I remember I'd be trying to squat heavyweight.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I come up, I'm like blacking out. I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
colors and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
And so yeah.
Especially in the flare anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah, Marquis is right. Definitely, like crawl before you walk here. So and so I was also curious about your brand too, and so and specifically, the ideation behind that, and then and then also like how do you sort like how do you your sourcing method for your fabrics? I'm really curious in that too.
Yeah, sure, man. So that's one of the beauties of being based here in New York City is I have access to all kinds of fabric, in fabric in the garment district. And, a lot of the fabric in the garment district is outsourced, imported from across the world. So you got fabric to Japan from all sorts of places. And it's a lot of, designer fabric. So one of the places I like to go to is Mood Fabric. Mood is a very popular fabric store here in New York City. It's the fabric store that they went to on the show Project Runway.
Okay.
And yeah, so they have a lot of their fabrics are designer fabrics, closeout stuff. So like you may have like Ralph Lauren fabrics, Calvin Klein, like basically closeout is when the designer is done with it, and they sell it to them at a discounted price. And so they have it's so much fabric. That's one of my favorite stores to go to.
Yeah, I mean, so are you like at a candy store like all the time? Then is that is that kind of your life? You're like, oh
yes, man, that is my life. So like when things started to open back up, like when NYC went into our phase reopenings, that was like life. Like just going into that store, it was like, oh my gosh, I miss you so much. It's funny, like you hear designers walking in the store when Mood opened back up, and they were like, oh my gosh, I miss you so much. Because in the transition time, I was ordering fabric off the line. I don't really like ordering fabric off the line because you can't really feel it and know what you're getting. And I've been doing this so long now that I got to
feel
like,
it.
I have to,
you gotta feel it, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because there's certain things that even though it looks good, it might not be the good fabric for a tie or pocket square, that I'm making. I've learned that obviously through a lot of trial and error and waste of fabric, but that's how you learn.
Right.
It's a learning process. So yeah, that's where our fabrics come from, man. Here in New York City, that's outsourced from all around the world.
That's awesome.
I got a question. Go ahead, Monica.
No, I'm about to say, like, your craft. When I think about your ties, your bow ties and your pocket squares, like, I see like these like distinguished men walking around. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when the guys were, I'm not sure where they were. There was some guys like another part of the world that had on your design. I was like, how amazing is that for you to see your design all across the world like that, while you are also supporting a cause and contributing back to a foundation. Like, it's just, I know you feel good seeing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I'm astonished, man. I'm very appreciative, man. And it's all God, man. I attribute all to God, man. But yeah, I got clients now in Poland, and I just took off an order to Australia yesterday.
Wow, and, that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool, man. And it's, the Australia is another IBD person too, So it's the community and everything. And I'm telling you guys, like this is what it's about. It's not even so much about the ties and the pocket squares and that kind of stuff. That's a byproduct of this initiative.
Right.
And, that is something that ties us together and that can bring people together and that can start a conversation about Crohn's and colitis. So, like, when Jordan interviewed me a while back ago, it was you, Jordan? I mean,
it was Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was a way back. So
Yeah, I talked about like why the bow tie, and it's like, well, for me, I fell in love with bow ties, and bow ties were a statement piece. They are a statement.
Yes.
They're attention grabber. I say everybody always remembers the guy wearing the bow tie. And when I was working before I started my company, I was a manager, assistant / co-manager for Walmart back in Florida for 7.5 years, and that's all I wore was bow ties. So anytime we had like a regional visit from our regional vice president and divisionals and all these big wigs that came to the store, everybody always remembered me because of the bow tie that I wore. And,
nice.
So I was like, you know what, that right there is a conversation starter. So when somebody sees you in our bow ties, it's an opportunity for us to spread awareness about Crohn's and colitis together, you know. Genius. So you can say, hey, this is what this represents. This is what this bow tie means to me. This is why I'm wearing it. And that's, you know, that was the foundation behind picking the bow tie. But it's just like, I want to use that to help bring awareness for Crohn's and colitis. And like, whenever I do like pop-up shops and stuff, I like to bring literature with me. And even if you don't buy anything from me, that's cool. I like to hand you a piece of literature about Crohn's and colitis so that at least you're still leaving educated about
right.
That's beautiful. Do you have any fashion tips for people with IBD? I myself, I know I've hit you up in the past, but I wanted to start, you know, wearing more dress clothes, but as I was in the process of buying more dress clothes is when I got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and then I dropped like 30 pounds.
Right.
So I'm currently in the process of trying to get back up there, but I came to a realization that, you know, if I want to, you know, dress nicely, I got to start now. And gaining weight is really hard. So I got to stick with what I got for now. And once I get up there, I'm thinking about having 2 sets of dress clothing, one when I'm heavier and one when I'm lighter. Sure. But I just want to know if you have any tips for new people.
Man, listen, like you said, it's you know, use what you have, and just going into it, basic colors, man. Your blues, black. Get you a navy blue suit or a black suit. That's it. You know what I mean? You don't have to be in here and have like 20 different suits in your closet.
Yeah, like flower suits and stuff.
Yeah. You don't have to have all that stuff. If you want to, you know, cool. But just one simple, you know, stable color, black, navy blue, you're good. You know, just get you a couple of dress shirts or whatever that you can interchange out. And that's it, man. You know, look at the presidents of the United States. You know what I'm saying? They only wear black suits. You know, black suits, white shirts. The only thing that is every time is their tie.
Yeah, Obama. You know, I remember President Obama. You know, would say that, you know, that since his job requires so many decisions in a day, you know, he only had a couple of suits. So that'd be one thing he had to figure out every single day what to wear. So,
right, absolutely. So that would be a suggestion, CJ. Just get yourself a simple, like I said, black or navy blue suit, a couple of shirts, and you know, just build around that.
Cool. Well,
thank you.
Speaking to what you were talking about, let me show you something. Is it around me? So this right here, this belt. You guys see this? I've had a belt since I was going through my Crohn's disease symptoms.
That's a nice belt, man. So many holes.
All around.
I love it.
That's dope.
That's a nice belt, bro. For real.
Yes, and you know why I got this belt was because
the whole
weight changing.
That weight.
Yeah.
A regular belt that only had like, you know, what, normally 5 or 6 holes.
Yeah.
It wasn't fitting no more, so I had to get this belt. That
I feel like I hit the lottery if I had that belt.
Yes, like it was.
I'm gonna have to get me one of those for real. How much do they usually run for?
Oh man, I don't remember. I got this when I was working at Walmart, so it wasn't that expensive. This is a Dickies belt.
All right. Well, I'm about to look that up.
You hear that, gents? A
Absolutely.
Dickies belt with a lot of holes in it. It's great for.
That's what you have to have. You know, I guess it's kind of like if you're wearing pants with the waist, the expandable waist. You know, you can be comfortable. But this right here, I say that to say that this is something I'm gonna have forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I still wear it, still to this day. It's rugged. It's gone. Like it looked like it's been worn for. For years.
It has character. It has character.
Right, you know, exactly.
But I keep it as a reminder of, you know, what I've been through and why I got this belt. That's the only reason I got that belt. This was because of the weight loss that I was losing, and my normal belt just didn't work anymore.
Have you ever thought about selling a belt like that under your company?
No. Haven't thought about that yet, man.
Just an idea. Just asking questions.
No problem, man. But another thing we're doing too, so as you all, obviously everybody is aware, you know, with the whole COVID situation. Excuse me one second. I got to take this blazer off now.
Okay.
It's hot.
Yeah. It's kind of hot. I got the air conditioning coming on and off in here. So with the whole COVID situation and everything, you know, the company has transitioned to also making masks, right? Face masks. And right now, as you guys saw, we're doing an initiative where you buy a mask and give a mask, and our goal is to, give 100 masks to the NYC street homeless.
Okay.
On September 5th. And that's what we're currently working on.
That's awesome, man.
That's
yeah. Let me see what your mask. Do you have an example? You know, I mean, or are they like disposable masks, or do you have actually branded? Do you have branded masks? You know, that you sell also.
Yeah, they're branded, and these are the masks that we're going to hand out to the homeless. This is just pre-cut that I have ready to go from people that's bought a mask. So we have like 20 something right now. The goal is to hand out 100, and I have a couple other guys that's going to be helping me distribute these on the street. But all of the masks that we have are washable, and they have protective interfacing, non-woven interfacing in between the layers, so that gives you that protection. So if you look at the disposable blue ones that you can throw away, the white part that's like on your mouth, that's inside of our washable mask.
Wow.
It's the same woven fabric that's on the outside of those disposable ones that's inside, you know, so you can wash it. And, you know, when we're walking the streets, like when I'm going to the garment district and stuff, the source fabrics and stuff for the bow ties and that kind of stuff, I count past so many people, homeless people on the streets, man, that you just don't have the mask and things. And, you know, as government start to mandate these masks wearing out in public, it's like, you know, these people can't protect themselves. So I just saw that as an opportunity to be able to help them out. And we're also going to be distributing them to them in like Ziploc bags. And one of the guys that's doing it with me, he works for FEMA as well. And so he has a lot of shampoos and hand soaps and things, travel size that he needs to do. So we're going to do little swag bags for them. Well, we're going to put the face mask, put some shampoos, put some deodorants, all this stuff, man, and just hit the streets and hand it to them. And
that's awesome, that's really awesome.
That is nice. Very thoughtful and nice. Definitely.
Well, awesome.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jordan.
Oh no, go ahead, Renika.
Well, when you mentioned about you said the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation in New York, correct? Yeah. You said that. You know, I tried to reach out to the one here in North Carolina, where I stay in Raleigh, and I sent like 3 emails. I have tried to contact a person in Charlotte, and I also tried Greensboro. No one would never respond back. When I go to the actual, I go to website, there's only a handful of people that's on the website. Even we're doing the Gutsy run and Gutsy walk, there's only 5 people in my whole team in here. So I'm looking like, am I the only one got this going on? I know I'm not, but I don't know how to become more visible involved to the foundation without being a burden, a calling, texting, or emailing every day. So what type of feedback you give someone that want to be involved in their foundations, in their area where they live? Like, how did you get involved with yours, if that makes sense?
Right. Oh, excuse me. That's a good question. Well, the first thing is just being in New York City, is, since New York is a big metro area, the foundations and stuff around here are strong, with a Greater New York chapter and everything. So it was easy to get involved. Not only that, but the Crohn's Colitis Foundation corporate office is here in New York. For the whole world, like, their corporate office is here off of 3rd Avenue. And a lot of our meetings took place at the corporate office as well for the local ones. But I'll just continue doing what you're doing, Renika. And, also on your social media, man, just tag people in the Charlotte area and, really use your social platform to bring visibility to what you're trying to do. And get in contact with people in the Charlotte area. I know other people as well that works for the foundation, so I'm gonna reach out to them on your behalf and see if they know any contacts serving the Charlotte area that they can distribute to me, and I can get back to you with that information.
Do you know anybody?
Thank you.
DC, Virginia area that's in the foundation?
Not in the DC, Virginia,
or Maryland.
No, but same thing for you too, brother. I can research that, man, and make some calls and.
Yep, well, while we're asking people, they go ahead, add Nebraska to that list.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man, absolutely. I'm gonna do that for you guys. I'll follow up and see. If I can get some contacts to some of the.
Thank you. Thank you. Well,
definitely very appreciative.
Well, we're definitely appreciative of your time, Marquis. I would maybe to wrap it up a little bit here, like just probably shout out anything that you're currently working on, how people can find you, all that kind of stuff, and then go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So if you guys that's listening or watching, want to connect with me. My Instagram handle is @Marquis Rashoid. That's Rashoid, RESHOID, MARQUIS RASHOID. That's the business page. If you're into the fitness and you want to follow that as well, my Instagram is Mr_Crohn's Fighter 83. Yeah, and those are the 2 outlets. Same thing for Facebook, business Marquis Rashoid. You can find me on there as well.
Oh, cool. Well,
thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's anybody listening or watching, please, support his story. A portion of the proceeds goes to not only the Crohn's stuff, but also to breast cancer, causes as well and stuff. So you'll be helping a lot of people, by supporting this man. You can also, find Crohn's, our podcast on Anchor. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Apple. You can find it on Google. We have an awesome merch store on Teespring. We have, great website, www.crohnsveteran.com. Please, support us, at official.crohnsveteran.com on Instagram. Chill Ghost on Twitch. We're everywhere, man. But again, thank you, Marquis. Thank you, Renika. Thank you, CJ, for being here. And you guys have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Cool, man. Appreciate you having me.
Very welcome, coming. Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Have a blessed day.
You too.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.